Something is happening right now, and it's no coincidence that you are here. The celestial messengers have asked me to deliver this revelation to you. An ancient force is stirring, uniting two souls that time has tried to keep apart. If your heart has been restless, it's because it senses it. The love that is yours by right is drawing near. Stay until the end, because what the angels will reveal to you today may forever change the way you see love and destiny. Dear soul, today the celestial messengers descend in a chorus, enveloped in a golden light, to announce a revelation that will warm your heart and rekindle faith in a love that seemed dormant. There is a story being written in the unseen realm, a story where two souls, long separated, are about to reunite under the blessing of the heavens. This message comes as a call to open your heart, to trust again in the power of love, and to allow the universe to unite what has always belonged to each other. The angels show that long ago, two souls were created with the same purpose: to live, grow, and learn through love. Since the beginning of time, these souls walked in different directions, experiencing joys, losses, reunions, and departures, until life brought them back to the same point. And now, the winds of destiny are blowing in your direction, heralding the reunion of the two halves of a single heart. On a quiet morning, the sound of birds brought an unusual peace. There was something in the air, a soft and vibrant energy that seemed to caress the soul. This vibration announced the beginning of something sacred. In the heart of a being of light, who for a long time believed that love no longer had a place in their life, an inexplicable premonition arose. It was as if something inside their chest began to pulse at a different rhythm, preparing the ground for the reunion that the angels had long planned. The universe began to move its pieces with divine precision. An unexpected invitation to join a meditation group, an impulse to leave the house on that exact day, a seemingly casual encounter with someone who carried a familiar glimmer in their eyes, a light that awakened ancient memories. And in that instant, time stood still. Nothing else seemed to matter but that gaze, deep, serene, and at the same time, full of questions. It was as if both souls had recognized each other, even without ever having seen each other before. The celestial messengers smiled at that moment, because what seemed like a coincidence was, in fact, the fulfillment of an ancient promise. These two souls had been united before, in another life, in another time, in another body. But the energy, the love, and the purpose continued to exist, awaiting the right moment to meet again. And that moment has arrived. The being who had lost hope in love now felt something different, a deep peace mixed with emotion. The angels murmured softly, "Do not fear. Love has not ended. It has only waited for the right time to bloom again." This inner voice, so sweet and firm, brought a certainty that could not be explained by reason. It was the heart recognizing its other half. Before I continue, the celestial messengers ask that you write in the comments, "I receive the love of the angels." Now continuing the message. The angels show that every detail of this meeting was guided. Nothing happened by chance. The hours, the places, the circumstances, everything was synchronized by the energy of divine love that governs the universe. When two soulmates are destined to meet, no distance, no obstacle, no doubt can prevent it. They are drawn to one another as the sun draws the dawn. In the spiritual planes, these two souls have always been connected. Even when they believed they were alone, their hearts were searching for each other. In dreams, in thoughts, in small signs that went unnoticed. How many times have they felt a longing without knowing for whom? How many times have they looked at the horizon and had the feeling that something, or someone, was missing? It was the echo of ancient love, calling silently, awaiting the moment of reunion. Now the entire heaven is moving. The forces of light are working in harmony for this union to happen. The messengers of light show that this reunion is not just about romance, but about healing. These two souls carry old wounds, of rejection, of fear, of loneliness, and only through this new love can they heal what was fragmented. They will learn that true love doesn't arrive to complete you, but to reveal what was already whole within each of them. There is a deep sense of purpose in this connection. The angels say that this connection was written in the books of time. Every gesture, every word, every silence between these two souls has a hidden meaning. They are like two rivers that flowed down different paths, but now meet to form a single stream of light, destined to bring hope and love to the world. The emotion is strong. There are tears, there are smiles. There is a silent acknowledgement that something much greater is happening. And as their hearts beat to the same rhythm, the universe celebrates. Because every time two soulmates reunite, love in the world expands, and the celestial messengers sing with joy, for they know that this union will bring balance and harmony to many others around them. But there is something important that the angels ask to be said. This reunion is not just physical, it is spiritual. Even if the bodies see each other, it is the heart that sees first. True vision is not in the eyes, but in the soul. And that is why the recognition is so immediate, because the soul never forgets who touched it in another existence. This is the moment to open your heart and accept that love can be reborn in unexpected ways. The messengers of light ask that there be no fear, no resistance. Love is coming with a purpose, and all that needs to be done is to allow it. Leave the past behind. Old wounds no longer have power when true love approaches. What is about to be born is pure, sacred, and blessed by the angels. The angels conclude this first revelation by saying, "Love is the strongest link between heaven and earth." When two souls reunite, the light intensifies, and the earth becomes closer to paradise. And as this message echoes, a sense of peace envelops the heart, as if a gentle breeze announces that something extraordinary is about to happen. The celestial messengers are watching you now. They place their hands on your heart and say, "Prepare yourself, for the energy of love is drawing near." It comes to heal, unite, and transform everything around you. There is a golden glow around you, an aura that vibrates with gratitude, for the universe recognizes your readiness to receive what is yours by right. The message ends with a divine whisper. Love is closer than you imagine. Trust the synchronicity, follow the signs, and allow the light of the angels to guide your every step. And in this instant, a sense of serenity takes over everything. It is as if time itself bows in reverence to the love that is about to bloom again. Sweet soul. The celestial messengers now return, bringing a silvery light that envelops your entire being and awakens the dormant memory of eternal love. They say that the story of the two halves is just beginning to unfold, and that at this very moment, the entire universe is conspiring to unite what time once separated. It is as if invisible threads, woven by the hands of creation itself, are silently adjusting to lead two hearts to the reunion that will change everything. The heart feels before the mind understands. This is what the guardians of light wish for you to comprehend. When two souls approach each other, even without knowing why, there is a different vibration in the air, an energy that moves mountains, that makes the impossible seem simple. It is the soul's subtle recognition of rediscovering what it has loved in ancient times. As the days go by, signs begin to appear in all forms. The same number repeating several times on the clock, an old song suddenly playing, memories surfacing from nowhere, a feeling that something important is about to happen. The celestial messengers explain that these signs are direct responses from the universe, reminders that nothing is a coincidence. Each synchronicity is a spiritual whisper saying, "Keep going, you are on the right path." The being of light feels a mix of serenity and curiosity. There is a new person in their circle, someone whose presence seems to bring an echo of peace. The conversation flows with ease, the gaze is welcoming, and there is a magnetism that is hard to explain. The angels watch everything with tenderness and say, "This is the beginning of the healing. This is the reunion of the two halves." Before proceeding, the celestial messengers ask that you write in the comments, "I open my heart to the light," to claim it. Now, continuing the message, the celestial guardians show that true love does not arrive loudly, but with the sweetness of a breeze. It does not demand, it just flows, like a river finding the sea after a long journey. That seemingly ordinary encounter carries a sacred energy. The connection is immediate, and both feel as if they have known each other before. There is no need for explanations. The heart understands, and the soul recognizes. From that moment on, the universe begins to work more intensely. The coincidences become more frequent, the emotions stronger, and the desire to understand what is happening grows. This new presence awakens feelings that were dormant, rekindles dreams that seemed forgotten, and ignites a hope that time could not extinguish. The messengers of light say that the love between soulmates is not made only of emotion, but of learning. Each reunion brings a spiritual mission: to heal, to evolve, and to reclaim what was left unfinished in past lives. Therefore, even as the heart beats with joy, it also feels fear, for the depth of this feeling is immense. It is the love that doesn't ask for permission, that simply arrives, tearing down all the barriers that reason tries to build. This person, the other half of the same heart, also feels something different. Even without understanding, there is a gentle restlessness, an ancient memory that cannot be explained. Sometimes their gaze is lost in silence, as if trying to search some corner of their memory for a forgotten remembrance. The angels say it is the soul recognizing the reunion. There is an energy so strong that even the environment seems to change when these two presences meet. The air becomes lighter, time seems to slow down, and the heart vibrates at a higher frequency. It is as if the entire world would fall silent for a moment, to listen to the sound of two hearts beating in sync. But the celestial messengers remind us that the reunion of souls is not just a gift, it is also a calling. Each of them carries wounds that need to be healed for love to flourish in its fullness. What unites them is the same thing that invites them to transform. That is why the reunion is accompanied by intense emotions, sudden memories, tears, and laughter. True love is not just sweet, it is liberating. The messengers of light reveal that, on the spiritual plane, there is a council of angels that accompanies every step of this reunion. They adjust situations, move people, create opportunities. Sometimes a delay, a change of plans, a casual conversation are just celestial instruments to perfectly align the path. Beloved being, the angels ask something of you. Do not question too much. Do not doubt the synchronicity. Reason tries to understand what belongs to the soul's domain, but the love between two halves cannot be explained by logic. It is pure energy, moved by divine will. Now the celestial guardians descend closer to you, with a subtle request, full of light. If this message has touched your heart, show your gesture of gratitude with the Super Thanks button. This support keeps the mission of spreading messages of faith and love alive. They envelop you in a gentle energy and say, believe, the love the universe has prepared for you has already begun to draw near. Trust in heaven's timing, because everything that is yours does not need to be forced, only recognized. In silence, the angels watch the birth of a new feeling. Two souls begin to vibrate on the same frequency, still unaware that they are walking towards a reunion that will transform not only their lives, but the energy field around them. Every step is a sacred gesture, every smile is a silent prayer, and every heartbeat is a memory of the purpose that has united them since the beginning of time. Love is being woven with threads of light, and every thought of faith strengthens this invisible tapestry. The celestial messengers ask you to trust, to maintain serenity, and to continue emanating love, because the reunion that was promised is already underway. The message concludes in a soft glow, and the voice of the angels echoes with tenderness. Love is not something you search for, it is something you recognize. And when it arrives, the entire universe sings in gratitude. Beloved being, the celestial messengers are here again, surrounded by a golden light that pulses in harmony with your heart. They ask me to tell you that the moment approaching is decisive, the instant when love awakens fully, bringing with it not just emotion, but revelation. The reunion of the two halves is about to be solidified, and the signs from heaven are becoming clearer each day. The universe is opening paths, and nothing can stop what was written in the stars. That dawn the air seemed different. The sun, still shy, bathed everything in a soft glow, and there was a peace that could not be explained. This serenity precedes great changes. It is the harbinger of the presence of the guardians of light. As the being of light walked to the meditation spot, they felt a familiar energy, as if someone were silently calling their name. And then, upon crossing the threshold, their gaze met again with that of the presence the universe had chosen. It was not just any encounter, it was the recognition of something eternal. There was silence for a few seconds, a silence laden with emotion, where time seemed to bow before destiny. And in that instant, the angels began to act. One of them approached spiritually, wrapped both in a mantle of white light, and murmured, "You did not reunite by chance. This is the moment when love returns to fulfill the purpose that was interrupted long ago." It was as if the heart knew what the mind was still trying to comprehend. True love needs no explanation, it simply is. The conversation between the two flowed naturally, filled with surprising affinities. Similar tastes, stories that intersected, memories that seemed shared. With every word, a stronger sense of recognition. How to explain the feeling of remembering someone you are meeting for the first time? The celestial messengers say this happens when two souls meet again after many existences. They recognize each other by their gaze, by the timbre of their voice, by their energy. It is like finding a home within another being. During the meeting, music began to play softly in the background, and the first notes seemed to echo directly from heaven. It was an old song, linked to memories that neither of them could clearly identify. But the emotion was undeniable. The angels, invisible to the eyes, rejoiced in harmony, for that sound symbolized the awakening of spiritual memory. Love was rising again, and the vibration of the entire room was elevated by this union. Before continuing, the celestial messengers ask with tenderness, "Write in the comments, 'I am guided by the light of the angels.'" This reinforces the bond between you and the forces guiding you on this journey of love. Now, continuing the message, the Guardians of Light explain that when soulmates reunite, it is common for the universe to begin revealing fragments of their previous lives. Vivid dreams, sudden memories, feelings of déjà vu. All of this is the awakening of spiritual consciousness. These visions are not mere illusions. They are real memories of moments the spirit has recorded in its energy field. It is the angels showing that nothing was lost, that everything that was interrupted will now be completed. As the days passed, the encounters became more frequent, and the bond strengthened. Love grew in silence, with simple gestures, with lingering glances, with soft words that touched the soul. The universe conspired, and every detail seemed planned with celestial precision. When it rained, the sound of the drops seemed to create melodies that spoke of longing and reunion. When the sun rose, its warmth recalled the embrace the heart had been waiting for so long. The angels watched and whispered, "This is the love that heals, the love that liberates, the love that transforms." It was a feeling that did not demand, that did not charge, that simply existed. And it is this love that the celestial messengers wish to teach, the love that elevates the soul, that is not afraid, that does not imprison. A love that comes to complete the cycle of spiritual evolution. On one of these mornings, during a calm conversation, a coincidence impossible to ignore emerged. As they shared childhood memories, they discovered something that made their hearts race. They had been born in the same hospital, on the same day, under the same sky. A deep silence filled the room. Tears came naturally, not of sadness, but of astonishment and gratitude. The universe had just revealed the confirmation that the angels already knew. They were the two halves of the same heart, separated in time, united by purpose. The messengers of light descended in a chorus at that instant. Subtle rays of energy enveloped the space, and a golden glow emanated from their presence. "Now the veil has been lifted," they said. "You have recognized each other. The purpose has been fulfilled. The love that was dormant for ages has begun to pulse on earth again, and its vibration will be felt by all around." It was a celestial blessing, a spiritual celebration that touched even the wind. This recognition brought peace, but also intense emotion. Doubts began to dissipate, giving way to the certainty that destiny had always known what it was doing. Old wounds began to heal, and the loneliness that once seemed unbearable was replaced by a deep serenity. When two souls reunite, the world changes color. The air becomes lighter, the heart stronger, and the spirit more aware of its own light. The celestial messengers ask that you, who hear this message, feel the energy of this revelation within you. Perhaps you are also about to recognize someone like this, a presence that touches your soul without needing words. Trust the signs, for the same love that moves these two halves also moves through you. The angels work silently, preparing the right heart at the right time. Before continuing the message, the angels ask in chorus, "Subscribe to the channel." This helps you continue to receive messages of love and faith. Now, continuing the message, the angels leave a final sign at this moment. Your lucky number for today is 3. Write in the comments, "I receive the energy of the angels. My lucky number is 7 and I am blessed. I send love and protection to the person I love." If this message touches your heart, show your support by clicking the super thanks button and help spread this message of light to other souls in need. The entire heaven vibrates at this instant. The celestial messengers raise their wings and declare, "When true love awakens, the light of the universe expands." And that is exactly what is happening now. Love has been recognized, and the earth is filled with brilliance. Destiny at last has fulfilled its promise. Dear soul, The celestial messengers descend in silence, enveloped by a mist of bluish light that vibrates with a frequency of peace and healing. They say that now is the time when love begins to fulfill its true purpose. No longer just the reunion, but the purification that comes with it. When two halves of the same heart reunite, love awakens not only joy, but also the wounds that need to be healed for the union to be complete. And that is exactly what the universe is accomplishing now. The liberation from the old burdens that prevented love from flourishing in its purest form. In the days that followed the reunion, everything seemed more intense. Emotions were amplified, thoughts became deeper, and the heart oscillated between happiness and insecurity. The angels say this is natural. True love acts as a mirror, revealing what needs to be transformed. It illuminates the shadows with so much light that even the oldest pains come to the surface, only so they can finally be released. The messengers of light show the image of the two souls sitting side by side, talking under a golden sunset. Words flow with sincerity, eyes meet with tenderness, and there is a beautiful vulnerability in the air. It is the moment when love begins to dissolve defenses. One of them confesses the fear of surrendering again, the fear of reliving old wounds. The other listens with an open heart, understanding that loving is also allowing oneself to be seen in all truth. The angels then wrap both in a pink aura of healing and whisper, "Transparency is the bridge between souls. When there is truth, fear disappears." This encounter is not just a love story, it is a spiritual lesson. Love is the most powerful path to liberation because it demands surrender and trust. The celestial guardians reveal that these two souls, in other existences, had drifted apart because of pride, resentment, and a lack of forgiveness. And now, in this life, the reunion brings the chance to release all of that, to transform old pain into light. Nothing is a coincidence. Destiny always returns to the point where love was interrupted, so that it can be concluded in peace. During a silent night, while the world slept, the being of light felt a gentle presence beside the bed. It was a familiar, loving energy that filled the room with warmth and tranquility. Upon opening their spiritual eyes, they saw a luminous figure, a celestial messenger with translucent wings and a compassionate gaze. He spoke without words, transmitting directly to the soul. Forgiveness is the key that unlocks love. As long as you hold on to the past, the heart will remain closed to the new. Release it, and love will flow like a crystal-clear river, and in that instant, a tear fell. It was the sign of release. It was the soul exhaling what had been trapped for so long. The angel smiled, touched the chest with a luminous hand, and said, "Love is not a memory. It is a choice that renews itself every day, and today, you have chosen love." The angels now wish for you, who hear this message, to also free yourself. There are names, faces, and memories that still live in your heart. Perhaps people who hurt you, perhaps situations that left scars. Therefore, the celestial messengers invite you to a sacred practice right now. Write in the comments a list of people, including yourself, whom you wish to forgive. Visualize each of them, send them love, and say, "I forgive you and I release you. May peace be with you." Feel the lightness and freedom that forgiveness brings. Repeat this practice every day to strengthen your inner peace and release anxiety. The Guardians of Light explain that forgiveness is the gateway to true union. It erases the energetic residues that block the flow of love. Every time we forgive, we make space for light to enter. That is why, after this exercise, the heart begins to feel calmer, clearer, and more confident. The reunion of the two halves is a reflection of this. Two souls who have decided to let go of the weight of the past and walk lightly towards unconditional love. After this moment of healing, the universe begins to show even more powerful signs. Time seems to align perfectly. Words spoken in sync, shared dreams, coincidences that defy logic. It is as if heaven itself wanted to prove that it is conspiring in their favor. The angels say that when love is true, the entire universe cooperates to keep it strong. Every day together is a reminder that love is the simplest and most magnificent miracle that exists. The being of light looks at the sky and feels something change within. The mind falls silent, and the heart speaks louder. It is the certainty that everything they have lived through, joys, pains, departures, served only to prepare them for this moment. True love does not arrive early or late. It arrives when we are ready to welcome it without fear. The celestial messengers then reveal something profound. This reunion is not just a personal blessing. It has a collective purpose. When two souls unite in true love, They generate a healing vibration that spreads throughout the world. Their smiles, their words, their energy touch lives around them. Their love becomes a living prayer that inspires other hearts to believe again. This is the power of soulmates. They not only find each other, they heal the world by reuniting. The angels now rise in a chorus and proclaim, "Forgiveness has liberated love. Love will transform the world." And a golden light fills everything, dissolving any remnant of pain. The universe breathes in peace, because another cycle has been healed. 2 more halves have become whole again. And in this instant, the heart of the being of light, now light and tranquil, whispers a silent prayer. "Thank you, angels, for teaching me that true love begins within me." The celestial energy vibrates in harmony with this thought, and the universe responds with a gentle touch of gratitude. The message concludes with the voice of the celestial guardians echoing tenderly, "The love that is born from forgiveness is eternal, and when 2 souls live it, the entire heaven celebrates." Being of light, the celestial messengers descend again, and the air around you seems to vibrate in a silence that speaks. They say that after forgiveness is granted and the heart opens, love begins to reveal itself in its purest and truest form. What was once a premonition becomes certainty. The universe begins to show that the union of these 2 halves is more than a reunion. It is a divinely architected purpose. The days that follow are gentle, and there is a new feeling in the air. The being of light feels peace, trust, a constant presence, as if a loving energy accompanies them with every step. This energy has the scent of security, serenity, and harmony. The guardians of light explain that it is the vibration of rebalanced love, the state in which 2 souls begin to vibrate at the same frequency of compassion and fullness. The angels show that this relationship now flourishes effortlessly. There is no rush, no doubt. Everything flows naturally, like the breeze that moves the leaves of a tree. Deep conversations, sincere laughter, comfortable silences, everything has a tone of familiarity, as if the souls remember every detail, even if the mind cannot explain it. Every meeting is a reunion, every word, an echo of the past that harmonizes with the present. On an ordinary day, the being of light receives a sign. An old necklace falls from a box, and upon opening it, they find a small medal with a spiral-shaped symbol. It is the same symbol that the other half wears on a ring. The celestial messengers confirm, "This is the seal of the reunion, a reminder that nothing was lost, only kept until the right time." The symbol is an energetic portal. It represents the fusion of destiny and the expansion of love through eternity. The angels then approach and whisper, "Do not fear the intensity. True love is vast and serene at the same time. It challenges you to grow, but it also welcomes you with tenderness. It asks for surrender, but offers freedom." This is how the universe balances the soul, through the love that heals and the love that teaches. During a joint meditation, the 2 halves feel something different. A golden light begins to envelop the room. It is soft but deep, and it makes the heart pulse strongly. They close their eyes and realize they are seeing the same images. Fields of flowers, the sparkle of stars, and 2 silhouettes walking side by side on an ancient road. These are spiritual memories. They are past lives revealing themselves. The celestial messengers explain that love has no linear time. What was lived in other centuries now vibrates as memory and learning. When their eyes open, there are tears, not of sadness, but of reverence. It is the soul recognizing the eternity of the bond. In that instant, an angel manifests in the center of the light, with translucent wings that seem made of dawn. He speaks in a serene tone. "Your love is a seed that heaven itself planted. It blossomed in ancient times, was watered by tears, and now bears fruits of light. Use this love to illuminate the path of others." The celestial guardians reveal that every gesture, every look, every word exchanged between these 2 souls now generates waves of luminous energy that spread around. People close to them begin to feel more peace, more hope, more faith. True love has this power. It is not limited to 2. It heals the environment. That is why the messengers of light say that the love of soulmates is a spiritual mission. It does not arrive just to be lived, but to be shared as an example of divine goodness. And there is more. The universe, recognizing the purity of this union, begins to open doors of prosperity, health, and balance. Everything that vibrates in harmony with love begins to flourish. It is the reflection of the universal energy responding to pure love. The heart, now light, attracts opportunities, and life begins to align in surprising ways. The angels say that at this stage, love ceases to be desire and becomes devotion. Not a blind devotion, but a conscious one. It is the kind of love that understands the other without demanding, that sees differences as part of the same beauty. Mature love is the highest expression of the soul, and this is what the celestial messengers are teaching at this moment. Before continuing, write in the comments, "I live love and light," as a commitment to the true love that vibrates within you. And the messengers of light leave a special message at this instant. Every time you choose love, you heal not only yourself, but the world. Love is not an emotion. It is a frequency, and this frequency propagates like waves that reach those in need. The two halves now walk together, without plans, without expectations. They just live, and in this simplicity, the universe works in silence, multiplying blessings. When there is harmony between two souls, even time seems to bow to offer more moments of light. During a quiet night, the being of light looks at the sky and sees two stars shining side by side. They seem to pulse in the same rhythm, as if they are communicating something. The angels smile and say, "That is you, reflected in the mirror of the firmament." What happens on the spiritual plane manifests in the sky, and the sky now celebrates this union. The being of light closes their eyes and feels the presence of the celestial messengers around them. There is a soft chorus of angelic voices chanting words of gratitude, and a phrase echoes clearly within the heart. You were created for each other, not to complete one another, but to expand together. This is the essence of true love. It does not bind, it liberates. It does not limit, it elevates. It does not end, it transforms. The energy now is one of deep gratitude. The angels place their hands on the heart of the being of light and say, "The union is sealed. The mission is fulfilled. May this love become a beacon for other souls who are still seeking the way." And in that instant, a shooting star streaks across the sky. It is the sign. Love has been blessed. The entire universe celebrates in silence, and the celestial messengers smile with tenderness, for they know that another cycle of eternal love has been restored on earth. Beloved being, the celestial messengers return, radiating a golden light that gently touches the heart. They say that this is the time of expansion. The love that united the two halves now begins to pour out into the world, transforming every gesture, every thought, and every word into healing energy. The reunion, once intimate and silent, begins to vibrate beyond the two, reaching souls who seek hope, comfort, and faith. This is how true love fulfills its role. It is not kept, it is shared. The soulmates now walk side by side with lightness. There is no need to prove anything, there is no urgency. There is only the simple pleasure of existing together, breathing the same air and sharing silences full of meaning. The universe watches with tenderness, and the messengers of light murmur. Conscious love is the most powerful prayer. It elevates the world without saying a word. During a calm afternoon, a feeling of gratitude invades the hearts of the two halves, an intense desire to help, to spread light. They decide then to start sharing their experiences with other people, speaking about forgiveness, new beginnings, and faith. Every story told, every word spoken begins to touch lives. People listen and are moved. They feel inspired to believe again. The love that once seemed just a personal gift now reveals itself as a collective mission. The celestial guardians explain that when two awakened souls unite, they become channels of light. Everything they say, do, or think reverberates in subtle waves of energy that reach other hearts. Their vibration is an invisible medicine that dissolves grudges, heals pains, and awakens hope. The angels smile because they know that the love of these souls no longer belongs only to them. It belongs to the entire earth. In a luminous dream, a celestial messenger appears to them both. His presence is serene, and his wings seem made of pure light. He says, "You were brought together for more than loving each other. You were brought together to rekindle love in those who have given up. Where there is darkness, walk. Where there is fear, speak. Where there is doubt, radiate faith." This is the mission of souls who reunite under the seal of eternity. And then, upon waking, both feel a new strength. They decide that every encounter with another person will be an opportunity to sow peace. A smile, a hug, a kind word. Everything becomes an instrument of the angels. The love that united them begins to be multiplied, and the world around them responds. Relationships are transformed, families reconcile, and even distant hearts are touched by the energy of this light. The celestial messengers ask that you also join this vibration. Share this video with 2 dear people who are in need of this message of hope and faith. Let's build a chain of love and mutual support together. Leave a comment with a prayer for your guardian angel. The guardians of light say that every time a message of love is shared, a new star lights up in the firmament. It is the universe's way of giving thanks for every act of kindness, and each lit star is a blessing that returns multiplied to the life of the one who spreads light. On another day, while watching the sunset, the 2 halves notice a different presence in the air. There is a divine silence and a gentle breeze touches their faces. The celestial messengers approach and speak in unison. You now understand the purpose. The love you live is a reflection of the love the Creator feels for creation. This love is infinite, and the more it is shared, the more it grows. The words resonate like a sacred chant. The 2 look at each other and there are tears of emotion. Not because something is ending, but because everything is complete. Life gains new meaning. The pains of the past are now memories that teach, and the future becomes just an extension of faith. Love, which once seemed a gift, reveals itself as a legacy. The angels explain that the true miracle was not the reunion, but the inner transformation it generated. When the heart is healed, the world is too. When 2 souls forgive and unite, the entire universe rises a little higher in light. This is how love changes the destiny of humanity, one heart at a time. The messengers of light show that the vibrations of love emanated by these 2 souls are being felt by people in distant places. There are those who wake up with an inexplicable sense of peace. Those who feel the urge to start over. Those who find the courage to love again. All of this is a reflection of the energy of these 2 halves, now in perfect harmony. The universe, in gratitude, returns blessings in abundance. The path becomes clearer, life lighter, the days gentler. True love has this gift. The more it is given, the more it returns. It is a cycle of light that never breaks. Before closing, the celestial messengers ask you to close your eyes and feel the vibration of this moment. Take a deep breath. Imagine a golden light expanding from your heart, reaching the people you love, enveloping the entire planet. This light is the energy of love in motion. It is the contribution you are making now to elevate the world. The angel accompanying this message smiles and says, "You are also part of this mission." The love that vibrates within you has the power to transform lives. The sky begins to shine brighter, the air seems fragrant, and there is a sense of gratitude in the atmosphere. Love has been sown, and the spiritual flowers are beginning to open. The celestial messengers bid farewell for a moment, saying, "The harvest of light is near. Continue to vibrate love, and the universe will take care of multiplying everything that is true in your life." And then, in silence, a shooting star crosses the firmament. The sign has been given. Love continues, and the mission goes on. Beloved soul, the celestial messengers descend now for the last time in this message. Wrapped in a light that seems made of peace and eternity, they say that what began as a reunion of 2 halves now reveals itself as the birth of a new vibration of love on earth. The purpose has been fulfilled. The healing has happened. What was once a fragment has become unity, and what was once a search has transformed into certainty. Love has won, and it is over this silent victory that heaven celebrates at this instant. The guardians of light show that the love of these 2 souls is no longer just a feeling, it is a state of existence. They have become reflections of the celestial light itself, radiating serenity, compassion, and hope. They live simply, but every gesture, every look, is a reminder of the power of love that is not broken by time. They are like 2 flames that, even separated by winds and eras, kept the same fire lit within their hearts. The celestial messengers ask that you feel this vibration now. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine a great spiral of golden light enveloping your entire being. This spiral symbolizes the energy of the reunion, the force that unites what was separated, and the wisdom that comes with mature love. Feel this energy fill your heart, calming thoughts, dissolving doubts, rekindling faith in the impossible. This is the blessing the universe grants to those who believe that love is eternal. The angels reveal that throughout the ages, every time 2 souls reunite and choose love, a new star is born in the firmament. This star carries the story of both and becomes a beacon for other souls who are still searching for their halves. That is why tonight the sky is brighter, because the love of these 2 halves has just become a beacon for many. The being of light looks to the horizon and feels that everything makes sense. There is no more fear, nor longing, nor emptiness. There is fullness. The love that seemed to be something to be found reveals itself as something that was always there, inside, just waiting for the right moment to awaken. The messengers of light say, "Love does not come from outside. It blossoms from within, and when it finds another ready heart, it recognizes itself." This is how soulmates discover each other, not to depend on one another, but to grow together in light and wisdom. True love does not imprison. It expands, inspires, heals. It transforms every moment into eternity. The angels now show the future of the two halves. They continue side by side, but now on a spiritual mission. They help other people to believe again, to heal broken hearts, to understand that it is never too late to love. They become instruments of peace, mirrors of celestial kindness. Their love becomes a living example that time does not destroy what is true. It only matures what is real. The celestial messengers speak with tenderness. You who listen to this message, you also have a soul that vibrates with yours. It exists even if you have not yet found it. Trust, the paths are being prepared, and when the hearts are ready, the reunion will be inevitable. No distance is too great for the love that has been blessed by the heavens. The universe moves in mysterious ways, and love is its most ancient language. Everything that happens, encounters, pauses, waits, is part of a perfect symphony, where each note has its time. The angels ask you to trust this melody. Everything that is yours will come to you, effortlessly, at the exact moment. In this instant, the sky opens, and a shower of silvery light falls upon the earth. It is the final blessing of the guardians of light. Each ray that touches the ground carries a silent message. Love, forgive, share. Love is the greatest miracle of the universe. The celestial messengers ask that you write in the comments, "I live the love of the angels, and I trust in the universe's timing." This phrase seals the energy of the message in your life, opening paths for true love and spiritual abundance. They smile, and a sweet voice echoes in the air. Now that the light has been planted in your heart, spread it. Take this energy to those who need it. Become also a channel of the light that transformed you. Love, when it is true, is not limited to two souls. It becomes a current of healing, a bridge between heaven and earth. And at this moment, that bridge has been built. The messengers of light celebrate with joy, because every heart that opens to love brings the world closer to the harmony the Creator has always desired. The energy shifts and the air fills with softness. The being of light observes the other with a serene smile. There are no more words, because the love they feel has already said everything. The silence between them is a prayer, and their gaze is gratitude. The sky shines brighter, as if the angels themselves were celebrating the love that has been reborn. And now, the celestial messengers envelop you with their luminous wings and say, "Love is the greatest gift you can live and offer." When the heart chooses to love, the entire universe bows in reverence. The message ends with a special invitation, coming directly from the celestial spheres. If this message has touched your heart, consider supporting us. Subscribe to the channel, donate, share. This gesture allows this message to reach other souls in need of spiritual support. The angels celebrate in chorus for you and await your presence in the next video.